probably a Stoic quote, says, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So that's what we're talking about, is preparing so that you can run into and collide with opportunities throughout.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me.
What's up, freaks? Welcome to another episode of the Steve Eckert Show podcast. And today is part 2 of a 3-part series of the end of year / New Year series here on the Steve Eckert Show. And last episode, we talked about reviewing, revisiting, and reflecting on the previous year. And this year, this episode is now that we're going to talk about previewing and planning and preparing for the upcoming year. So we did the stuff last episode so that we can do the stuff this episode. We're going to use that based off that data, information, and experiences from the review, revisit, and reflect stage to go and now plan, prepare, and preview this upcoming year. That's what we're going to do here. But before we get kickstarted, make sure to check the link out down below for the Freak Mode 40, the 40-day daily discipline habit challenge. You can get a free username and password to download a full entire course, absolutely free, which will help you kickstart this upcoming year and help you dominate the rest of this year. I guarantee you it'll be a major transformation and game changer for you. So download the Freak Mode 40 40-day daily discipline habit challenge, which is all part of the Freak Father Alliance men's mentorship group coaching program. All right, so let's get back into this previewing, planning, and preparing. Now, there's a saying, I'm sure you heard it, or a quote, whatever it is. It's been given to many people. It's probably a Stoic quote. It says, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So that's what we're talking about, is preparing so that you can run into and collide with opportunities throughout the year. So if you take the things from last episode and apply them and work towards the things on this episode, now you're going to have that luck where the preparation clashes with the opportunity. That's freaking luck. That's the idea that success is not solely freaking dependent on chance or luck or whatever. But this is active planning that we're doing here. Aggressive fucking planning is what we're doing. Preparing for the possibilities, creating opportunities for this upcoming year. And that's what this episode is going to be all about, part 2. So there's a quote by Epictetus. We start with a quote from him last episode. It makes sense to start with a quote from him on this one. He says, how long can you afford to put off who you really want to be? Your nobler self cannot wait any longer. Decide to be extraordinary and do what you need to do now. Like, holy that's how you go and have the perspective and mindset of planning and preparing for something and setting goals, which is what's going to be in here. We're going to do some goal setting here also on this episode. So let's jump into it. Let's start with the design section. So if you know, last week we went into action, accountability, acceptance, and then your achievements. Now we're going to take all that data information to now go into the D's, the design. So the first question is, and again, you pause this and you do what you have to do, and you might be driving your car and you could just do this in your head for now. But when you get to the time on your calendar, which you should have for quiet reflection, your writing, your journaling, whatever, I do it every day right here in this book. You should go a lot deeper and darker into each one of these categories, each one of these questions. So let's start off with the design. Where did you fail to design your year? And that might mean your time blocks, might mean your schedule, your days, your free time, your work time, your productivity, just your goals, your year, your day, your schedule. Where did you fail to design your year? And go deep and don't yourself on this. All right, next is, what do you need to do more of that you're already doing? And then what do you need to do less of that you're already doing? Now, that's different from what do you need to start doing and what you need to stop doing. And that's actually the next question. But those are two very separate. So let me break those down. What do you need to do more of that you're already doing? So something you were doing in 2024, but you know you need to do even more of it. And then something that you did already in 2024, but something you still need to be doing, but do less of it in 2025. So that's what that question is. And then the next one is just a deeper level of that. What do you need to start doing? And what do you need to stop doing? So that means it's something that you're not doing at all, and you need to start doing it, as opposed to the last one, which was what you need to do more of that you already were doing. You get the difference there? And then what do you need to stop doing completely? So there's things that you did last year that you need to probably do less of. But there's also things last year that you need to completely stop doing. So put those are both two-part questions. So I'll repeat them both now that you have the context of them. We broke them down. What do you need to do more of that you already were doing in 2024, and you need to do more of it in 2025? Then what do you need to do less of that you were already doing, but you need to do a little bit less of it in 2025, not stop doing it? Then the second two-part question is, what do you need to stop doing, like completely stop doing, and what do you need to start doing? Break those down. Now, all that should start opening up some ideas and some thoughts, all right? So what are some new habits that you need to implement to help you with all this other information? What are some new habits you need to implement, whether it's health and fitness, nutrition, maybe a morning routine and a nighttime routine? For me, I need a habit of more longer stretching. I do a lot of active dynamic warm-ups before the workout, but I got away from until I tore this bicep and I started doing these 30-second stretches and all these different angles multiple times a week, even multiple times a day sometimes. It's boring. It takes a lot of time, but it's been huge for the recovery and the repair and also just the range of motion. It's actually made me stronger in all these other movements, just repairing a torn freaking bicep. So longer stretching sessions for me, meaning and holding the stretches longer, going back to those 30-second holds that I used to do decades ago that I got away from. So I realized those are the new habits I need to implement in this year. And I want to eat even more veggies, which sounds so simple, like pathetic. I'm a damn near 50-year-old man. I haven't talked about eating my damn veggies. And I eat a decent amount, but I want to eat even more and less of is probably less processed foods. I'm not going to say I'm going to stop eating because I eat my protein bars, but I could probably have a little bit less. So to give you some ideas, I go through all the things we work on together here on the show. I go through every one of these freaking things with you. Trust me, I am far from perfect, and I do this stuff for myself as much as anything else. I'm literally doing these episodes for me and hoping that it's also going to help you along the way. So next, let's go into hobbies, right? What hobbies do you wish you did more of in 2024? And then what's maybe some new hobbies that you want to start? Now, if your list of the things that you wish you did more of is very long, like my list is long of hobbies that I wish I did more of, so I really don't have any new hobbies I want to start because I already didn't do enough of the old hobbies. And for me, it was doing more jiu-jitsu, doing more shooting, even though we did a lot more shooting in 2024 than 2023. I want to do even more than that, just going shooting and not just at a regular range, a little more outdoor, more tactical stuff with live fire. Training the dogs. We trained the dogs a decent amount this year, but nowhere near as much we could. So I want to do, that's a hobby to me, training the dogs. I want to do more of that in 2025. Running. We did a more running in 2024 than 2023, but I want to do more. Same thing with stretching and recovery. So that's a lot of, I call those are all hobbies, technically, to me. That's not even workouts. So if I didn't do enough of all those things and I need to do more of them in 2025, there's no real new hobby that I want to start until I nail down those previous ones, or else next year I'll just have a longer list of hobbies and things that I didn't do enough of that I want to do more of in the next year. So let all that makes sense there. So that's the kind of design of the year. Now the dreams of the year. Marcus Aurelius says, just because something is hard to master, do not think it is humanly impossible. But if a thing is humanly possible, consider it within your reach, meaning other humans have done it. It's not impossible. So why do we act like it is? And that might mean to get a certain level of body fat or run a marathon or complete a course or start a new business or make a certain amount of money. Like these dreams, if they are humanly possible, are humanly possible for anyone, including you. That's why you need to think about it. So with this idea of this dream, these designing, and now this dream, designing the dream year, and life, really. Like I said, the Freak Father Alliance, if I say can wrap it up in one sentence, what do I do is I help men create a life they don't need a vacation from. And that's by doing this kind of freaking work and doing this real deep, dark work that most men are not freaking willing to do. So the next thing is, what do you want to feel more of or feel again in 2025 that maybe you got away from in 2024? Maybe that means a little freedom. Maybe that means a little more financial freedom. Maybe that means a little more confidence, a little more fitness, a little more health, whatever that is. What do you want to actually feel again in 2025? And then continuing on this, if it's possible for anyone, it's possible for you. What's a bold move you can make, or maybe a risk you can take this year? What is a bold move you can make as a man in 2025? And that one I want to hear in the comments below. Put in the comments below, what's the bold move you're going to commit to making? And I want it in writing down there. And I'm going to screenshot them so you can't delete it. And I'm going to hold you accountable to that throughout the year. So put that down below. What's a bold move you're going to make this year? Seneca says, I said in the last episode, but it fits this one also. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. So you need to have a plan. You need to set goals. You need to have deadlines. So let's go into continue this dream section and go into the goal setting. Now, keep in mind that when it comes to goals, your effort, your attitude, your energy that you attack these goals with is 100% in your power. But the result of attaining these goals is not 100%. It's not absolutely in your control. Keep that in mind. So you're going forward, doing everything you can is the goal. That is the real freaking goal. Showing up as the best man that you can be in that, going towards that goal. So first, I want you to think of personal goals. And last week, remember, we did your victories. So you probably can go off to some of those victories and see, all right, what's next in that category for me? If you went deep enough in those victories last week. So let's see what the goals are now, the personal goals, the professional goals, the health and fitness goals, and then just the miscellaneous, or maybe the purchases, or maybe the not personal, professional. Maybe there's some things you want to buy or some things you want to acquire. Let's call them the acquisition goals, maybe the purchasing goals, whatever that is. So first, personal goals. Maybe you want to erase all your debt you have this year, or you want to buy a new house. For us, one of them is we want a bigger RV than what we have. And actually, the RV we have is such a higher model that the bigger ones that we want, that we actually like a lot better than the one we have, is actually less expensive than the one we have. So that puts us in a position where you got to pay off the RV you have, or you're going to lose money on it basically because it's more expensive than the bigger ones that we actually want, because we got a pretty high-end model of the smaller one. So our goal is to figure that out, navigate all that, and get a bigger RV. Maybe you want to get into investing this year, real estate investing. You want to start an Airbnb or start flipping houses, or build up your stocks and your crypto investment freaking portfolios. Or maybe you want to do some more travel or whatever else. These are all on the personal side. For us, also, we want to get to the beach more. We want to get to the mountains more. And we want to do more hiking. Like, those are 3 personal goals. And those are very vague goals, but we can narrow those down by creating, I don't want to say deadlines, but the beach stuff is at least one weekend a month going to the beach or something like that. Or hikes, one hike a month, or one hike a quarter, because we do some major hikes. We do smaller hikes, maybe monthly, but a major one every quarter. Get up into the mountains more often, or maybe find the highest peak in the country that's doable without any climbing gear. That's another goal. So take the goals and then fine tune them and say, all right, I want to do more hiking. What does that mean? What do we want to hike? How often do we want to hike? Put that down so you can actually, at the end of the year, if you say, oh, I wanted to do hikes, and then you did one hike for 1 mile for fucking 20 minutes, and you say, okay, I achieved that goal because I did a hike. No, you got to get more specific with it. How many hikes? How often? What are some challenging hikes you want to do? Put on there as the bigger goals. Put that stuff on there for your personal goals. Maybe it's rehabbing an injury or fixing your bad back or whatever it is. One of my other ones is memory. I want to work on my memory and my brain power a little more to keep it sharp so it doesn't start fading, and specifically remembering names, because I kind of suck at remembering names. And that's one of my goals for years, to get my memory better and be better at remembering names. And the funny thing is, I forgot that was one of my goals, and I remember it after it was reminded to me, because it's about memory. And forgot it was one of my goals. And I've actually been to an event since I set this as a goal, and I forgot it was one of my goals, and I didn't focus on remembering freaking names. So I got to write some notes down on that shit. I'm getting just as much out of this as you are. All right. And then professional goals. Go into your professional goals. Get specific about those. How much money do you want to make a month? How much money do you want to make for the year? What areas, what different businesses? Do you want to start a new business? Do you want to grow a business you have? Do you want to close a business or sell a business? What are your professional goals? Like I have these men's events I'm going to run here in Southern California, the No Excuses Experience. My goal is I have 3 of these events per year, and I've already started narrowed down the 3 dates that I'm looking at. I got to double check and finalize them, make sure those dates are good, that it's not conflicting with any other travel or any other events this year. It's a pretty busy event year coming up in 2025, and that's going to be one of my goals, 3 of those events. I have a goal of 12 Operation Black Sites, a goal of 6 Squire programs. So this is a goal of, you can be a goal of a certain amount of money you want to make a month, but also maybe a number of clients you want to have, or a number of people in your group coaching program, whatever it is. Like, you should have these professional goals. Then health and fitness goals. For me, I have a goal of getting a massage monthly, going to physical therapy monthly, going to chiropractor monthly, fixing the neck and the knees and the shoulders and the hip and the bicep, like all these different pieces that are broken, continuing to improve them and get them even better by taking care of myself even more than last year. And then there's the kind of superficial goals, the purchases, the whatever you want to call it. Like I said, we have the RV. We want to get a sauna and a cold plunge. We have a nice bath in the back. We want to get maybe one of those cold plunges. We have some things around the house need to be fixed, like the jacuzzi. We could fix it, but we probably just want to get a whole new one in ground, or a whole new system for it at least. And fixing garages and things like that, getting a shed to put more storage, moving stuff around, turning the second garage into to make the home gym even bigger than it already is. Like, these are the goals, the purchases that are like, all right, these aren't necessary for my health and fitness. They're not necessary for the business. They're not necessarily, they're kind of personal, but they're more like additional bonuses, kind of like bonus goals, if you want to call them that. So I want to also see in the comments down below, what are your personal goals? What are your professional goals? What are your health and fitness goals? And what are your little bonus goals for the year of 2025? And take the information and the data and experience from the previous episode that we did on the reviewing, revisiting, and reflecting of 2024 to then take that data so that you can plan and prepare and preview this upcoming year so you can operate to freaking dominate in your mindset, your fitness, and your business. I want to see the comments down below. What are your goals in these different sections? What are the answers to some of those other questions? What's the bold moves you're going to make? And don't forget, you can get help with all these categories with that link down below for the Freak Mode 40, the free 40-day daily discipline habit challenge, the Freak Mode 40, completely free course. You can start right now, right today. It will completely change and transform your life. I guarantee it. If you have any other questions about the Freak Father Alliance, just send me a quick message and we can get you all up and running with a 1-month trial of the Freak Father Alliance. I will see you next time on the Steve Eckert Show podcast. And in case no one told you yet today, you are freaking awesome. No excuses.